My topic is modern approach. The modern approach to management was developed around the year 1950. This approach is an important upon the both classical, which means it is focused on company and development, and neoclassical, which means it is focused on human relation and behavior. Approaches in modern. There are three types of approaches. First one, the quantitative approach. Second one, the system approach. Third one, contingency approach. First one, quantitative or mathematical approach. The quantitative approach involves the use of quantitative technique to improve decision making. This approach has also been labeled operation research management science. It includes the application of statistics, optimization model, information model, and computer simulations. This approach is also known by the name of operational research or operational analysis. The quantitative approach to management makes some suggestions to solve different problems facing the managers. It tells the manager to solve their problem with the help of mathematical and statistical formula. Some special formula has been prepared to solve the managerial problem. First one, theory of probability, sampling analysis, correlation or regression analysis, time series analysis, ratio analysis, variance analysis, statistical and quality control, linear programming. The main objective of the quantitative approach is to find out a solution for the complex problem facing the big companies. This help of a computer is usually taken in order to make the use of the above mentioned technique. The chief advantages of the approach is to solve complex problems quickly, but the chief disadvantage is that the approach offers an alternative to decision and cannot take decision. So its limitations. Limitation of quantitative approach. It is difficult to understand human phenomena. Example, when studying human behavior, it is possible only to study what is observable. So, the phenomena is revealed partially. Some researchers claim that many influences affect the people's response to questions. That is, it is not purely objective. Some standardized scales may be interpreted differently by participants. The second one is system approach. System approach to management views the organization as a unified, purposeful system composed of interrelated parts. This approach also gives the manager to see the organization as a whole and as a part of larger external environment. So, it is a newly developed approach came existence in 1960. This approach was developed by Chester I. Burnett and Herbert A. Simon. According to the system approach, the whole organization is a system approach and its various departments are its subunits. Subsystem. All of these subsystems work in united. Then only the objective of the organization can be achieved. Therefore, when the manager takes some decision regarding a particular subsystem, he should also take into a consideration the defect of his decision on other subsystem. In simple word, the system approach means a group of small interrelated units. A unit is called department. All of these subsystems are interrelated with one another, and if one of them fails, whole system stops working. Therefore, the success of the system depends on the cooperation and efficiency of the subsystem. Features of the approach to management. Open or closed system interdependent part, consideration of a whole system, information, energy, and material, defined boundary. Its merit. It aims at meaningful analysis of organization and their management. It facilitates the interaction between organization and its environment. It guides manager to avoid analyzing problem in isolation and to develop an integrated approach. So, limitation of a system approach. Its disadvantages. The approach does not recognize the differences in system. It is overconceptual. System philosophy does not specify the nature of interactions and interdependencies. It is unpractical. It means it cannot be easily and directly applied to the practical problems. Next one is lack of universality and complex system. Contingency or situational approach. The contingency approach. It is the third style of management after classical, scientific, and behavior. Very different from the previous two. That means it is different from the system approach and quantitative approach. More of a recognition that business is constantly changing. So, contingency approach to management is an important modern approach. It is an important modern approach. Contingency approach is an important modern approach. So, and this approach originated in 1970. According to it, the manager should take decision not according to the situation. Its chief reason is constantly changing nature of environment. Here, the environment means the sum total of all the factors which influence the organization. These factors are both internal and external. The internal factor which includes objectives, policies, organization structures, management information system, etc. Then the external factors include. So the external factors are consumer, suppliers, competitors, government policies, political setup, legal system, etc. All these factors are subjected to change. That is why the environment of an organization is called dynamic. So, all these factors are subjected to change. That is why the environment of an organization is dynamic. So, the environment of an organization is dynamic. Its features. Features of contingency approach. The contingency approach do not accept the universality of management theory. It stresses that there is no one best way of doing things. Management is situation and managers should explain objectives, design organization and prepare strategies, policies and plan according to prevailing circumstances. Managerial policies and practices to be effective must adjust to change in environment. So, merit and demerits of contingency or situational approach. So, first I am going to say the merits of contingency or situational approach. This method is universal for all situations. Contingency approach simplifies the decision making process. And next I am going to say its demerit. Congestion management, low level management, lack of strategy management policy, the dominant role of the subjective factor. So, conclusion. System approach, quantitative approach, total quality management approach, learning organization approach, team building theory, chaos theory, contingency theory or approach, open system theory are included into the modern management theories because these theories were developed in the late 20th century after 1950 and haven't found it in the classical and neoclassical era. So I'm concluding my words. Thank you.